Hi, your Dungeon Master, Damian Mercado here. Before we get started with our episode, I just wanted to apologize for the sound this week. Not only am I a first-time Dungeon Master, this is my first time running a podcast, and one of my fat fingers hit the velocitator or the deceleratrix. Either way, too much flux being capacitated in the last episode, and it really messed up the sound.
Be so hard on yourself. You're also incredibly incompetent.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, you suck.
Gertrude, shut the... What?
Oh, guys, how do you spell baffled?
Damien.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah. Thank you very much. This has been my apology.
Hey there, nerd. All alone again tonight? Well, let me make sure you can have some company. Go to your phone and look up Awful Neutral Podcast. Leave me a message of what you want us to do. You can leave your comment wherever you want.
Awful Neutral is 5 gold for the first minute and 7 gold for each additional minute. Credit card fees may apply. We do not guarantee happiness. God is a lie.
I'll even give you advantage.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to Awful Neutral.
Hello and welcome to Awful Neutral. I'm your Dungeon Master, Damian Mercado. With me, as always, Salvador Viesca as...
Salvador Viesca.
You do only have one
Mario
voice.
de la Pulga.
Same guy.
There's so little difference between the two of you. You're both fucking thieves. Because you stole my heart. I'm sorry I said that so harshly. That's on me. Sara Lee Steiner as...
The person who did not steal your heart.
I didn't say that. I give my heart freely.
Silence here.
Got a lot of heart tissue.
Oh, how come everybody's awkward in the room now?
Because they're about to find out how little you love them.
And welcome to the cast, Caleb Cleveland as...
Gonkowskian?
Is that a question?
Well, I was... Do you love me?
We do.
All right, then.
AG as...
Malice and Kill.
All right, then.
Jesse Egan as...
Bingsley, come a chud.
Dave Callens as...
Kevin. It's actually just Kevin.
And Clint Bijur as...
The great Grayson Gersagar Galgari.
I swear he changes it every time.
Yeah.
It's the same one. He just added the great before. He complimented himself because he has self-esteem, and you can't comprehend that, Dave.
He does not have self-esteem. He shouldn't if he does.
Grayson has self-esteem.
Last time on the Awful Neutral podcast, the gang split into 3 groups upon entering Duke's court. Malison and Gonk stayed upon the ship.
Couldn't be bothered.
They had more important things to do. One, a democratic debate.
Yes.
AG was busy making a positive difference in the country.
I don't know about all that. You can vote too.
They took away his right.
Yeah, he's not allowed to.
Unless there's something you're not telling me.
Caleb was probably doing something awesome for Wizards.
Sure. Let's, yeah, that's the ticket.
Malison and Gonk stayed upon the ship, and Chud and Grayson brought Tifi to go see the mechanic. When they got there, the mechanic got to work trying to resuscitate Tifi. The mechanic did warn that a lot of time had passed and that a full restoration of their friend may not be possible.
And there was much rejoicing.
This is heavy news.
His stutter might not come back.
Thank God.
Or it might increase.
No.
All right, Tifi's
Will I
dead.
ever play the piano again?
2020.
Tifi died. Roll a new character, Clint. That's...
I already have Grayson. How many characters do I need?
We don't like Grayson.
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
Reroll.
We don't like Grayson.
Yeah, the guy that gets to attack 14 times.
But the main adventure last episode was when Kevin was asked to fill in for Randy Macho Giant Savage in defending their wrestling title against the Orc team. Gertrude and Lothario were given ringside seats to the event. During the wrestling match, there was some shenanigans. Gertrude and Lothario, despite catching the shenanigans early, let them play out until it was discovered that a team of defeated halfling wrestlers was...
Can we also clarify
That's racist. That laugh was racist.
That laugh was racist.
There actually is a sort of like wizard semi-approved, like a little class you can get. It's called 3 halflings in a trench coat. Your character literally can be 3 halflings in a trench coat.
That actually sounds like a Pornhub category.
Yeah. Can I retcon to make my character 3 tiny cows?
Moo, moo, moo.
The halfling team, utilizing a wand of enfeeblement, was using the distraction going on the mat above to subtly cast spells on the giant team which had beaten them recently. Gertrude, with an incredible dexterity roll, eventually caught one of the hands coming out as it used the wand and pulled the halfling out from under the mat. Upon being exposed, the match was promptly called to an end as officials were investigating the interference of an outside third party.
Cheating
Yes.
in wrestling.
It's like next you're going to tell me it's not even real.
Yeah. Speaking of cheating, Kevin used this opportunity to hit one of his orcish wrestling foes in the back of the head after the match had been concluded with a folding chair.
Well done.
Doing so sent the stadium into a frenzy. During that frenzy, Lothario picked several pockets and earned a lot of gold. It is almost certain that Kevin and perhaps the rest of Gertrude's dudes have been forever banned from the world of wrestling, but we'll let that play out. We pick up with our adventurers after the match. We catch Kevin, Gertrude, and Lothario leaving the stadium as riots are still happening within. The King's Guard is being called in to help subdue this chaotic event.
Where is the halfling?
In the clutches of Randy, Macho Giant,
Okay.
Savage Giant.
It is unknown what happened to the other 3 halfling wrestlers, but one of them, the one who looks
They put on a
suspiciously,
trench coat and took off.
suspiciously close to the wrestler Mankind, I believe his name was Halfkind, was put into a headlock by Randy Macho Giant Savage. That was the last your party saw of it before the crowd rushed the stage.
He was just put into a handlock.
So we start our adventure in the laboratory of the short, stout, bronze dragonborn named the Mechanic. As we described last episode,
Dwarven stature.
yeah,
Best dragonborn.
short, stout,
His
dwarven
name's actually
stature,
Mike the mechanic.
very soft-spoken, very bookish, but very learned and experienced.
The mechanic?
Yes.
Oh, female mechanic.
Let's get out of here.
Look, Buttercup.
gender
Put
norms
down the
out.
wrench.
While she is called the Mechanic, this is an age where there aren't a lot of machines. There are plenty of people who know how to use magic, but there are very few people who know how to use emerging technology, and especially how to fuse magic, this steampunk technology.
And that's what a Warforge is basically a technology that's
Yes.
infused with magic.
Correct. And
And a soul.
And a soul forge, a soul-infused Warforge, which is what Tifi is much more advanced in this world. In this world, there are Warforged, which are kind of like blank server bots, and then there are soul-infused Warforged.
Where does the soul come from?
Data.
We pick up in the mechanic's laboratory. Grayson, despite being an athletic, strong warrior, found himself tiring when being asked to continuously turn a crank that would generate the voltage to maintain Tifi essentially on life support, while the mechanic went in there and did a lot of her work. Chud rolled very well, and Chud ended up stepping in as Grayson's fatigue set in.
Can I crank that shaft?
It was like starting an old-timey car.
Crank that soul.
I want to cast some sort of prestidigitation to... Is that even the appropriate spell?
No. If you have...
We're not cutting that.
If you have unseen servants,
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
I'd allow that.
I'm sure I do. I have whatever I need.
Can I just make my hawk do it? No.
You can change your hawk into a different animal that you're familiar. They could have a form that you're very comfortable with, but you could change it into an orangutan if you needed.
Are they great at cranking?
Probably better than a hawk.
Have you ever seen any
I
which way
think
but loose?
orangutans are like built for cranks.
Right?
Clint Eastwood used to have him start the car.
You know what? You probably want to make it a bonobo. Bonobos are like cranking all the time.
Oh,
And they have the
beat
best
off?
pants.
They're sexual. Yeah.
Macaques
very
crank, too.
Oh, but they're so small.
So is there some fear that if I change him into a monkey that he'll throw celestial poop?
He is your familiar, so he would probably not do that unless you told him.
Unless you're into that sort of thing.
I'm going to cast that unseen servant because
I'm going to roll to see if that's my fetish.
Get some
Okay.
celestial ink,
Okay.
Roll to see if that's my fetish.
That's a 1, so
Roll
I'm
for
not into
kink.
it.
So you're looking up Unseen Servant?
Damien's got all the kinks covered at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, Unseen Servant is a first level conjuration spell. Creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that performs simple tasks at your command. Create a mindless, shapeless cranker.
And because last week you were being Jaegered by Clint and myself, that we're going to allow you to retcon the past and say that the reason you did so well in that is because you had an unseen servant making it look easy. You had somebody on the other side.
Oh,
In fact,
helping me crank.
and when nobody was looking, Chud would actually lean up against a wall and smoke his pipe.
Smoke, yep.
Have you used that term before, being Jaegered?
Yeah, my brother used that.
That's good.
My brother, one of the writers on the show, Joe Camacho, played Mr. Dandy on it.
Okay.
Was.
So basically what you're saying is I'm shit-faced on Jaeger?
That's...
Yep.
Yeah.
What does
You
this have
were.
to do with
It's wearing
That's
off
Pacific.
now.
If you've seen Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
all right.
big dumb robots? Yeah.
Nope.
So these robots, right? And they're big and
Everyone-
they
All right,
fight
I'm going to
both.
ask you to stop besmirching that movie. That's a fantastic movie.
Everybody else liked
It
it.
was no Pacific Rim 2.
Oh, you get the fuck out of here. I will flip this table.
Did you like it because it had that dummy from Sons of Anarchy?
Oh my God, that dude is so hot.
Okay.
I want the unseen servant, although we can't see him, to look exactly like that asshole from Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
The Unseen Servant,
Like he's unseen, but you can see his stupid white tennis shoes.
if you were to throw flour in this Unseen Servant's face, it would look just like actor Charlie Hunnam.
Yes.
The unseen servant wore tennis shoes? That was the worst Disney
Oh,
movie.
good film. Good film.
Very young Kurt Russell.
While in the laboratory, Grayson is intently studying what the mechanic is doing. Chud is pretending to work much harder than he actually is, but is
Yeah, I'm
fooling
using
everybody.
one finger. I'm like, oh, this is real heavy. This crank. Dang, how do I do it?
Give me a deception check.
It's like a PlayStation controller. He's just like
That's a
moving his
9.
thumb.
I rolled a 19.
It's probably a bonus, but
If the mechanic kind of says over her shoulder, I believe you're using an unseen servant. It's quite obvious. You could,
That's her voice.
yes.
The mechanic is played by Stephen Root.
I apologize. I will take future voice consideration.
well, you got me.
I like it.
The way that
Great
you do
Grayson.
I
that.
feel like
rolled a
a
19
bronze
perception
dragonborn
check.
mechanic lady should be hot AF, but maybe that's.
I like that the character that speaks the least is critiquing the voice.
You know what? This is you guys' campaign. So if at any time you'd like a character's voice or his name to be different, if you want somebody to be
He's
named
painting a word
I think you
picture.
should play that.
Do we have
Poop
Kathleen
pants.
Turner?
You should play the mechanic.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're right. You got me. I was just pretending. But here's a question for you. I understand that these warforges have a soul. They've been infused. Where did you get the soul from? Did you steal it?
The soul-infused warforge are extremely complex. In fact, only a few people actually know the secret of their creation. I myself have only been able to experiment on a few of them. I consider working on your friend to be fascinating. I only wish that I had more time to take notes. Many hypothesize that a soul-infused warforge is the use of advanced magic mixed with some technology I've yet to encounter.
And a pinch of oregano.
And as she says this, you can see her frantically working inside the gears of Tifi. She's probably moving a little slower.
Male mechanics.
It's because she's always having her period. Am I right, fellas?
That's the soul.
Fucking gushing.
Bummer about your cunt, bro.
I can taste that. I can taste what you said, and I don't like it.
It's in my ears. It's in my ears and in my mouth.
Can you delete this podcast? Can you erase us?
iTunes will do that for us. She's likely moving slower because this, as she said, is a new technology, one she is not as familiar with. Looking at all of the gadgets around her wall, you see things from a small little steam train set that moves all around the building. In fact, carries beverages every once in a while around.
I'm
You're like
just a girl from
jazzy
Muncie.
piano.
I've never seen anything like this.
Duke's Court's a wonderful place. There are other Warforged doing simple tasks. You see one of them pumping the bellows in a
Hey,
in
one
a
of them could
forge.
probably crank this damn crank.
I have not actually programmed that function into those Warforged. I believe your unseen servant's doing a wonderful job.
He's great. He's the best. Except for them shoes.
There's
Dave thinks he's hot, but he can't even see him.
I agree with Dave.
Yep.
Thank you.
He's always shirtless.
Hunt him. I barely know
Way
him.
in the-
Chud, actually, while you're looking around, give me a perception check.
He looks like he smells.
14.
Plus something.
It's true. It
Grayson,
is plus something.
is Grayson there?
Grayson's exhausted from.
He wasn't paying attention apparently.
All right.
Grayson does that a lot. He's
crank.
kind of a jerk.
9.
14
this
plus
one?
4 is 18.
18.
yours.
With that roll, you're just kind of looking around the workshop. You're by the crank in case for some reason
Hey,
your
is that
end
Jiminy Cricket? Sorry.
You do see a cuckoo clock come out with a vaguely Jimmy the Crick
Nice.
looking character carved in.
When you wish upon a star.
Trademark.
God damn it. Now Disney's going to be in our ass.
We have 2 more notes.
You actually see a pair of, looks like glasses, but has several additional lenses that all would come down on it and kind of calling your name.
A pair of glasses?
It's a pair of glasses. Yeah. They're actually big enough to fit on your head, which is weird because there would no way they would fit on the mechanic's head or most creatures' head. But they do look like they would fit on a furbog's head.
All right.
I see you eyeing my
Just
spectacles
here
of
for us.
perception.
Yes, I was. I was eyeballing them. Sorry about that.
Go ahead and try them on. See how they work. See how they fit on you.
Alrighty. I try them on, and is there a mirror in here?
Yes.
I need to see if these frames fit with my overall horn
Aesthetic.
look.
Can we have a motion to call them perspectacles?
I love that.
All in favor, yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Motion carried.
You're going to have to mark that in your character sheet. She takes her hands briefly outside of Tifi's innards, snaps her fingers, and a Warforged comes walking awkwardly over and is carrying a mirror.
Oh, okay.
Did you say
Well, thank you. So I put on these spectacles.
Yeah, you gotta say it right.
These perspectacles.
Now, Chud, you've always had good vision. You've never needed glasses, but as soon as you put these on, everything becomes clear. And not only that, but when you're just looking around, things of interest just kind of pop out to you.
Damn, these have blue blockers, don't they? These that amber vision, y'all. Check these out.
Yes.
Polarized?
Yeah, they're polarized.
Yeah, sure are.
Came up with those a long time ago. A giant kin client ordered them and never came to pick them up. They've just been sitting here. You're welcome to them. You bringing this soul-infused warforged into my hands is payment enough.
Well, dang, that's awfully generous of you. I'd love to have these perspectacles.
I believe you already have dark vision, but the perceptacles would grant dark vision, which is sight in the dark up to 60 feet, grant you advantage on perception checks, and gives you +2 to perception.
I love it.
All right, so the next several hours, it's very tense in the room. Grayson and Chud are uncertain about Tifi's fate. They've heeded the mechanic's warning and they don't know their friend's going to come out of this. The mechanic is the only one who kind of has a sense of optimism in the room. Maybe it's because she's so excited by having this new piece of technology.
I'm a
in front of her.
Monster girl. See?
Several hours pass until finally she takes her hands out of Tifi's innards. You can tell she kind of is fitting in the last components. Yes. She's not like a robot gynecologist.
I guess
It was
Tifi
like
got
a part-
rewarded too, huh?
You can see her putting several gears back into place, connecting several wires. She turns to Chud and says, "Only time will tell. I anticipate that she's probably going to need about another 3 to 4 hours of charging. If you or your unseen servant could just maintain cranking that lever over there,
Sure.
we should be able to see if we're able to save your friend."
Let me ask you this. You need any magic help? I mean, I'm a fairly competent wizard. I'm only level 5, but, I have an 18 intelligence. Fairly wise fella, too. So.
Well, what languages do you speak? I could always use some help transcribing things. That's the one thing I never have time to do.
Oh, please do Pig Latin.
I do Pig Latin and mostly Cow Latin.
He speaks jive.
Well, the thing is, I have a comprehend languages spell, so pretty much whatever you want.
Oh, that is excellent. I normally burn all of my spell slots during the day and do not have time.
That's poor planning. Sorry. I can.
You're gonna get us another 4-star review for breaking the wall too much.
If you'd like, I have mountains of notes over there that I have not had a chance to...
I'd be happy to translate them for you if you like.
Yeah.
You want me to write them down, or what you think?
You see, I have a number of apprentices that have left and gone throughout the world. Many times as they discover something new or exciting, they send it to me. Now, most of this stuff is fairly uninteresting, but every once in a while, one of my students does send something truly amazing to me. So I would like for you just to skim through these scrolls here and see what you can find.
All right.
Tifi is dying inside right now. Tifi wants to do this so bad.
Menial tasks.
Go ahead and give me
Clerical duties, damn it.
So what are you gonna do?
I know.
I think I'll use the comprehend languages ritual.
Okay.
So it takes a little longer to cast.
takes Chet about 10 minutes, but he eventually casts comprehend languages.
Yeah, so it does say you understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about 1 minute to read 1 page of text.
Okay. Just give me
Right.
give me a general intelligence check, and we're gonna see how competent you were at your job.
I rolled an 18 on that one, so I'm
He's got it.
I'm sure. And I got an 18 intelligence, so I'm sure it's pretty good. Let's see. What is that? 22?
You're searching through these scrolls, and a lot of them seem very uninspired. One of them for a horse carriage that just has basically flames painted on the side and has a flame
save
spell.
that one.
It's like a sweet flame spell that actually looks like fire. It's really more of a cosmetic infusion of magic with technology than anything. You see things for a new, better designed can opener that opens on its own. You even see a few things. You see things for upgrades to Warforged to make them better lovers for the lonely community.
You guys, that counts as another
Sex
fetish for
dolls?
Damien?
Speaking of which, guys, I'm getting my Japanese sex doll in the mail tomorrow, guys. Can you believe it?
Now, wouldn't that be called a love forged?
We're not going to see Damien anymore.
It will when he's done with it.
Well, we did establish with Lord Pilvichington that there were pleasure models. Finally, you come across a few things that look of interest to you. One of them looks like a clockwork crossbow. But what's different is it looks like it has a box up top of it that carries more bolts. And it says repeater crossbow at the top.
Are you having fun, Chud? Because I am very, very bored. This is not my strong suit. I love you, mechanic, but I'm very bored here. Will you be okay watching after Tifi here?
I'm good. Yeah.
Run some errands while I'm in Duke's Court.
Take off. Go play some Xbox or something. I don't know what you...
Thank you for bringing him by, Grayson. This has been very lovely.
I knew you would be excited. It's a win-win-win, a lot of wins scenario.
I agree. This will fuel my studies for the next several months. By the way, Chud, anything you transcribe, feel free to transcribe a copy for yourself.
Oh, all right. That's what I start doing. Then I start writing notes. Hopefully I have some parchment or something.
You could just press to digitate a piece of paper
Okay.
with what you see. You could copy what you see and create.
I write the notes on one of Charlie Hunnam's stupid white
Just think like bland
shoes.
quarterback.
Speaking of shoes, another thing you find in there, with the second plan you find with the roll of 18, you find a pair of, you're unfamiliar with the substance, but it says boots of athleticism. We would recognize it to look like an everyday sneaker with a rubber sole, but this is a non-leather boot, which is the most common form of footwear in the time you guys are from, unless you're a halfling and you have your bare feet. It's a much more lightweight shoe, very protected on the bottom. You could see it as something you could move much more freely in. As you look at the arcane stats, it says this is something that would help boost your athleticism and a character's movement speed in a turn.
So if I were to transcribe the info on this, could I then create something like that later, or
find somebody
someone
who knows how to create.
Okay, so I'll make the notes of that. And Asics, can they be Asics?
Yeah.
It does come in a variety of styles to fit the feet of all species. It's not built with child labor. That's
Okay.
What about halflings?
Warforged labor.
Yeah, the elderly halflings.
That's where the soul comes from.
So, Chud, this is what you're going to be doing for the next few hours.
Right, and I'm just singing to myself as I transcribe my notes on Judd Bingsley, and Hudson Hawk, doodle-deedle-doodle-deedle-doops.
See, all I imagine is like Sam Elliott in like a cow costume in front of a green screen doing this.
That's going to be the movie version.
That's our awful neutral cinematic universe.
Oh, wow.
Grayson, upon leaving, goes back to the ship to see Gonk and Malison. He walks through an old part of town which looks much more medieval. He could tell that this town has expanded over many generations. And near the dock, the architecture is much more medieval. He sees... Malison, did you guys name your ship?
You're going to have to give me a minute. I believe was the official name of the minute of the ship. I think we were just going to sort of shorten it to the minute, but mainly because it's built for giants. It's a giant pleasure cruiser, so it's huge. You know, whatever dirigibles or balloons or things like that, they're going to be enormous. And Gonk's just sort of like wandering around. Probably takes him an hour to get from one, from the bow to the stern, and he's just like, this is just too damn much shit.
Yeah, and when you asked me what to call it, I said, "You're going to need to give me a minute."
Oh, a minute.
And then it was immediately painted on the hull.
On the side by Andre the Giant, who
Thank-
will do anything for Mal.
Grayson goes up. He sees a ship. He's unable to recognize all of the characters, but he knows that that is the Minute, Mallison's ship. Captain Mallison's ship.
Does it look like it says the minute?
Minuet.
Yeah, the minuet.
Grayson boards the ship, finds Mallison and Gonk.
Ah, there you are. How have you been getting along? Are you getting to know your new ship?
I'm sorry, did you go somewhere?
Oh,
I've been here for hours.
yes. Well, yes, I took Tifi to the mechanic with Chud, and we're currently getting him back in hopefully working order.
Yeah. Who's Tifi again?
Tifi was the one that was the Warforged that was shut
Right.
down. We were trying to get him back working. And
Yeah, the person who ain't a poison. Yeah, I remember that one. The whole Ghost in the Shell thing. I remember, yeah.
that is the one. Yes.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty interesting. Did you get him in good working order there?
They were still fiddling around with the switches and the gears and diodes or something. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
He's literally like yelling from the same room. I mean, it's just enormous. Well, all right then. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of work getting your friend up in ship shape, as we say.
He's not my friend. I came after he was already shut down. I'm here to, I'm part of the Decemberists. I'm just trying to recruit you and these other fellows.
So it's fair to say that you and him are rarely in the same room at the same time.
That is the case so far.
Interesting. Huh. Well, all right. Well,
I'm not sure what you are trying to insinuate.
it just sounds like you got a vested interest in this fella's well-being, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, kind of like a trade-off for the rest of us.
It's a part of the deal for them to join our Decemberist society was that we repair the Tifi.
Oh, yeah. You got to get that TV back working. We'll tell you what. Well, when you decide which of y'all are going to be joining us on the ship and which of you are going to have like more of a main role in this here adventure, that's whatever you decide is going to be A-okay with me. Ain't that right, Mal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Captain gives it her thumbs up, and I give it mine. Big old spiky thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. That's actually what I came here to discuss with you. We were talking about you joining the Decemberist Society, and we don't have jobs for you right now, but I was wondering what your current plans are, if we can maybe get you to stay with this group, the Dudes of Gertrude. They really need a new name.
The Gerd Dudes.
How dare you?
How many members of the party are in the Decemberists?
Yeah, so far Grayson is a Decemberist, and he's trying to get all of you.
So you've been unsuccessful.
Well,
because you seem kind of Jehovah.
We're more Februaryists.
He is a salesman.
The deal was I get Tifi fixed, and they're going to join the Decemberists.
After the New Year.
And then I've been talking to you guys while you weren't here about joining the Decemberists.
Have you heard the good news?
You're talking to the right people here then. Well, we're all about fighting the power and truth to it and all that. So, I mean, I'm all about getting new experiences and learning new people, getting new skill sets for the old resume. But I can't speak for Mal. Lord knows, you can get her started and she knows it's time. But I'll be comfortable to say. So if you is looking to recruit, I'll be your number one.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Do I get like an armband or like a ID card or?
Well, it's a secret society. These other jamokes wanted a T-shirt with the December Society. That doesn't make any sense. There's some benefits. You get we help with equipment sometimes, and it's a mutually beneficial thing. It's really all about the goal of taking out the big bastards on top.
I have something to say.
Oh, yes, Malison.
Here we go.
Malison hands a note to Gonk.
Oh, right, Dion. Oh. Look, he like scrolls through it. It's like 6 pages long. Written. He's like, oh my God. He like squints.
Yeah, you guys can see the font
It's like,
sizes.
he's like 6 point, what the hell? Oh, okay, all right. What in the 5 hell?
You need me to translate that one?
Did you just, I'm going to need some perspectives on this one. 2-sided. You know what? Let me just summarize. She says she flies solo, mad respect, but she does fight on the side of universal morality and Gonk. Oh, that's so sweet of you. If he like blushes a slightly yellower shade of green.
You can see a tear trail down Gonk's eye as his words are not able to fully capture the beauty of what was on the page.
Look, we don't have, this. I hate to I don't want to steal her soliloquy, but this is like. This is magnificent. He like takes this parchment and exactly. It's more like a It's more like a manifesto than anything else.
It's a suicide note. She just jumped off the side.
Here,
I'm gonna need a minute.
Paraphrasing, that's basically what she just said. She said she fights on the side of universal morality and yours truly.
That's right. Well, it's you don't have to join with these other guys, but yes, if you're going to help with us, we can work together. I can give you intel on things that can be done to help that charge for morality and.
Wait! Hold on a second, there, partner. What partner? Oh, I've been hanging around Chud on this damn boat for too long. All right, there. Listen here. What sort of? I'm less about morality and more about legality. What sort of legal, do you fight simply using the legal precedents of, God and man and all that, or is there actually a country behind you, or some sort of state?
We are an underground society. It's, all of the ruling houses that rule the Citadel are bound together in treacherous deals and goings on, very corrupt. And,
so what happens when you win, though?
We are trying to drain the poison.
Okay, well, suppose you slap that sucker right on and you drain all that poison out. I keep going to Hugh Hauser, and I'm really sorry.
That's amazing.
This California's go. Okay, so what happens when you win?
Now that is. Great question.
You don't know.
Because as you know, 100 years ago, there was.
You can stop right there, mister. I am in.
Goes back.
If you got no idea and it's all like chaos and anarchy, I am all about it. So,
that's.
Where do I put my mark? He starts twiddling his little claws in anticipation. Sign me the F up.
Now, there's no written contracts because we don't want any paper trails. We want anonymity for all.
I can barely read. These magnificent manifestos is from Mal's pretty much how I learned how to speak common. So y'all don't need that. I'll just put an X wherever you want me to.
It's a spoken agreement. That's all we can deal in.
All right, Dan. He looks you dead in the eye. X.
Accepted.
Fist bump? Fist bump. Hell
Very
yeah.
good. I really like you.
I am 100%. I am a privateer now.
You're one of my favorite people I've run into. Don't misuse the word people, persons or what.
None taken.
All right.
All right, Dan. Well, guess what? You ain't got no shell, but I figure you got a soul in your body somewhere else. So you're fine with me.
Thank you. And
all right. So I'm in. But again, can't speak for Mal. He says, like gesturing hopefully over to the giant. Well, not really giant, but the
barely enormous.
Merely huge, 10-foot tall Goliath standing nearby.
Grayson looks up at Malison and says, What say you, fine, beautiful warrior?
I'm with Gonk.
This is a good day for the Decemberists.
So you got yourself a couple of X's.
Oh, no, I'm not joining his thing. I'm just with Gonk.
Right. Oh, well, never mind then.
Same. It's all good.
I take it back. But bring it in. He says. He puts his hands out in like a little horseshoe like fashion. He's like, get in here.
Grayson runs right in for a big hug. Grayson
yeah.
Grayson loves hugs.
That's a sure.
Please have that be the name of the episode.
Done.
All right, you receive a crushing hug. It smells a little bit like the reptile house at the zoo.
Take 1.4 damage.
You did establish that Gonk is covered in bird shit and other things.
Bird shit, barnacles, scrapes. It's not comfortable. Not only that, but the hug is a little long. It probably is a little. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of personal space, things.
He's also 55 and still a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's a weird guy. He's a little different from you. So.
Is he doing that weird back rub while he's hugging
with
you?
claws? So it's like it's like 10 times the weird.
Yes.
It feels like you're getting a hug, and it's like somebody's trying to cause pain, but with like one of those orgasmatron things.
Oh God.
They're very warm of heart. I just wish your exterior was a little soft.
It's okay.
Malison rolls eyes, takes sips of wine.
It's all right now. It's all right now. We're pals now.
A elven member of your crew comes by with a bottle of rosé and tops off Malison's glass. Captain.
There's a picture of a chicken on the front of it, just so you know.
On the bottle?
Yeah.
Do you have a name for this brand?
Chicken wine.
Got anything with jellyfish in it?
It's in both Critical Role and in NADPOD.
Yeah.
It's in both.
There actually is a...
Well, there is actually a rosé with a chicken on the bottle. I buy it. It's $3 a bottle. I call it chicken wine. I have it at home.
Oh, okay.
That's probably where it comes from.
That's probably why it's in 2 of them already.
I believe so.
Yeah, Rex
I don't think you can, it's
Giant king chicken.
It's not proprietary when it's in 2
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a shit. I will fire back at any nerd who comes at us.
In your face, Emily Axford. We just took shots across the bow.
If they want to have a drink off with Malison Kill and who can put away the most chicken wine,
no.
you can guarantee.
Dear, no, Lord.
I will win.
You would destroy the cast of Not Another Touch of Dragons podcast.
Probably.
Bring it. Tweet at us.
Jake Hurwitz. Never mind.
Get at us.
Why are we so combative?
And he tops off your chicken wine
I'll
and
take a
says,
sip of Josh.
I want to smell the bottle cap on that one.
he unscrews the metal top and passes you the...
It's the best kind of pirate.
Gong takes a whiff, chugs the entire bottle, says, that one was awful. That one
back?
That one didn't count, and sends it back.
Shall I get you something else, sir?
No, man, I got to get back to the deck. I got to keep a weather eye on things.
Right away. And he takes the empty bottle and scuttles off.
Grayson is just gonna go search for T-shirts. He's gonna go buy T-shirts for everybody.
All right.
Can he first be like, I'm bored again? I'm bored with this, and then he walks away from your hug.
He's going to go shop at Forever XXI.
Lothario just got the feeling someone's shopping, and he's like...
Grayson's just happy with where things are at, doesn't want to mess it up by talking anymore, and is just going to leave it at that you guys are down, and going to say...
DTD.
Ooh, how about Forever Die 20 plus 1?
Down to December.
So
I'm going to go do a little bit of shopping. If there's anything you guys would need, let me know. I can get something for you. Or
Chicken wine.
I'm pretty sure they're stock full of chicken wine the last time I checked. I guess I can get another bottle or two.
Gonk is just hopping up these colossal ladders up to the deck, muttering. That's basically it.
Kevin, Gertrude, and Lothario are leaving the arena. As they are doing so...
Heroically, I might add.
It is
debatable.
chaos
Sexily.
behind them. There are tons of fans from the match who are giving Kevin high fives. Some of them who were fans of the Orcish team are very upset at Kevin, but they
Don't forget, there was a sign in the audience that said, Kevin is a very efficient wrestler.
Are you gonna go back for that sign?
Maybe. Could come in handy.
Lothario had that sign, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to roll to see if Lothario still has it?
He was
Okay.
pickpocketing a bunch.
I lost it.
That's
I rolled a 3. I lost it.
Had to have someplace to put all that gold.
My apology.
As you're going back, the further you get from the arena, you enter a more modern part of the city. You imagine this is the merchant's quarter. You see lots of shops to your left and right. They pass a variety of stores. If you guys like to stop, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going.
Is there anything of like noteworthy in these storefronts?
What are you looking for?
Call it. What do you want to shop for?
Girl, just ask.
A man.
Hey.
Man.
Man with a jelly feather.
You do have a...
You know what? I actually would like. I don't have any good spells, so I would love if there's a way for me to pick up a good spell along the way.
level up Ranger more, or pick a magic class would be the... Ranger has a limited...
How about How about a shop that sells magical items? Let her...
Yeah.
There we go, yeah.
You want magical items? Absolutely.
I want to stop at Houdini's R Us or something like that.
Just do a perception check and see if you see something that sparks your interest.
I got an 18.
You see a variety of signs. You see the King's Head Tavern. You see a variety of shops. There's one sign about 100 meters in front of you that catches your eye. It says, Caitlyn's Magical Curiosities. And it has a very fun sign.
Why does this sound like a sex shop?
On the sign, it says in fun print, Caitlyn's Magical Curiosities. It has a...
Comic Sans.
Oh, God. I hate this place, but I'm going in.
Papyrus. It's written in papyrus. It's real fun papyrus. Like the Avatar logo.
This sketch is so good.
It's funny because nerds hate it.
And it has a picture of a very well-dressed lady wearing a top hat, taking it off and bowing.
Hey, you guys.
Not curtsy.
Mind if I make a quick pit stop? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Gertrude does not ask. She is a captain of a ship, and she just goes and expects others to follow. She goes to Caitlyn's Magical Curiosities. Do you guys follow?
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have ear piercing?
What is this, like Claire's?
Yeah, that's what I imagine. Caitlyn's magical shit.
We're all gonna walk out with chokers, new ears, and a spell or a magical item.
You open the bright blue painted door. As you do, you hear a little bell announcing your arrival. When you walk in, you see rows upon rows of various magical items. You see an aisle for potions. You see an item for, you're guessing just based upon the look, healing magics. You see an aisle of scrolls.
Kevin is looking for a book section.
Kevin, we're not doing this again.
The next aisle...
Self-help.
The next aisle has a variety of magical books.
I'll be in the book section.
Kevin, don't make me get the spray bottle.
I'm checking out books.
Okay.
You can start with her.
You look behind the counter, and you see...
I'm gonna stop you there. Gertrude's gonna yell.
Where's Caitlyn?
You hear a shuffle coming from the back. Hello, yes, here I am. You see an older human woman in her 60s.
Well, hello.
All right.
I've got my brand face mask.
I just popped in from Blackstool.
You... Instead of that... Sorry, I had something in my throat. This is my real voice, she says. And you, 70-year-old human woman, she's big. Looks like she could have played fullback for the 49ers.
Gertrude takes a drag of her cigarette, looks this lady up and down, goes,
You Caitlyn?
Yes, I am. And you look, and this woman is wearing a beautiful Victorian blue dress. Oh, yes, I am Caitlyn. How may I help you? And welcome to my shop of magical curiosities.
Okay.
Oh, man, I wish Gonk was there.
Enough.
Gonk can wander through the door at any point.
Yeah, I was thinking of going down to the shop too. So.
Hey, there's nothing to say that you got this magical sign wouldn't have caught your eye too. So feel free to walk in the door at any point. How may I help you today? You seem like a woman of discerning taste.
Yes, Caitlyn, so here's the deal. I run a very impressive crew. We're called Gertrude's Dudes.
Do you have any books on cats?
Kevin, shut up. This is my time.
Do you have any cats and books?
Yes.
Not for long.
1 second. Yes, we have a guide to cats, and we also have a tome of cats, if that's something you're interested in. Do you like cats?
Kevin grabs a tome of cats, or he starts looking for it.
I'm gonna tell you one thing first off, Caitlyn, and then we're gonna get back to me. Your tome better have a lock on it or be in a glass container, and I do not know him. Second.
Oh, she says. Kevin, did you open the book?
I'm finding it. I don't know. Did I find it? I have no idea.
I want it to be like right in your hands as you're going to open and the lock clicks.
She snaps her fingers, and the tome of cat appears in Caitlin's hand.
Just as one paw is coming out of closed.
Ew, it's like limp in the cover.
Caitlyn has to like fight the cat back in. No, you don't. Get back in there.
Just imagine your pupils have dilated to enormous.
The Tome of Cats is a book that whenever you open it up, a cat comes from another dimension and it is just part of this world now. You cannot do anything with the cat. You could keep it as a pet if you wanted, and this happens as many times as you
Kevin
flip pages.
found a loophole that there's no limit, so I just started flipping pages and made a bunch of
And
cats.
that's why we
come out.
can't go back to Adventure
I think it was
Mark.
86 or
87.
87.
It was also theorized that every time a cat comes into this world, it dies in another world. So Kevin's a cat murderer.
Also, we don't know where those cats went, and they could potentially
Wait a
show
minute,
up.
is this canon? You
Yes,
actually made
this happened in this adventure.
Episode 3.
a lot of cat death in this podcast.
The only cat death is theoretical. Thank you for the warning. I'm sorry, boots and cats and boots. I got the song stuck in my head.
Focus,
the two.
Caitlyn.
Sorry about that. When you get to be my age,
It's
you
called
get to...
customer service, all right? So
could do
here's
this
the
all day.
thing. I run a very important group. We're called the Gertrude's Dudes. I'm Gertrude's. I'm really good at fighting, but
We're the dudes.
You hear from the other aisle in the distance.
yes, that may or may not be one of my dudes.
Oh, I believe I've heard of you. Were you part of the same outfit that crashed that dreadful flame festival?
I plead the fifth.
I'm
Here's
gonna...
the deal, Caitlyn.
Are you the one
tell me
that
what it-
summoned Genuine?
Can Lothario
I
be
will,
casing the
yes,
joint?
I will own
Style?
up to that.
Caitlyn rolled a 12. She does not remember Kevin as the celebrity from the Flame Festival.
You couldn't not remember Kevin, okay? He was on stage with Lothario.
This is a world without the internet.
There.
But Genuine was just a little bit better, so she forgot.
Disagree.
Oh, yes, I believe I've heard of you. Yes, you complete the fifth all you want, I understand. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, okay, so I need to be a better fighter. What do you have?
I played the drums at that festival.
Kevin, shut up!
I did hear of a percussionist that, caused quite a row.
Yes, that percussionist was me.
Looking for something that'll make me invisible.
Hey, Gertrude, real quick. I'm going to go case the joint.
Yeah, maybe something you don't want to say out loud.
Oh, I don't like that.
Not one of my dudes.
And she snaps her fingers, and a yellow canary appears from behind the counter, and it
It's
goes.
6 feet tall.
Looks like Big Bird, but
It's
super
the
buff.
Bugs Bunny episode.
Big Bird was a bouncer.
Sorry.
This little canary flies up to one of the support beams up in the ceiling,
What if he's just counting all the things you're stealing? Like, one, two.
and this canary is staring at Lothario. Oh, I believe. I'm sorry. I
I
had
think I
to
felt like you guys were going to talk for a while, so I figured I'd do something.
roll a sleight of hand
so.
check if you ever want to steal anything.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, it's him, yeah, Tweety Monster.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Very rarely do thieves announce that they're casing the place. But
Is there like a bell on the door by any chance?
yes, when you entered, there was a bell.
Ding,
on the door.
ding, ding, ding.
Can Kevin start batting it?
Kevin.
Yeah, you will say that
Shop
because
is a
you're
disaster.
not by the door. So if you do that, you did it like a cat. Like as soon as there was a bell, you ran across the room and
Yes.
started swatting at this bell. Oh, hello, new customers. And Caitlin looks to the door.
Just a point of professional courtesy. That's Gonk and Mal, I assume, ducking her head in as they walk in through the door. There appears to be a young swarthy human casing your joint outside.
Oh, yes. I have one of my canaries.
You got a canary, huh? One of your little boys is watched. All right, then.
Yes, I have many birds all over. It's one of the things that helped make me the powerful Caitlin you see today.
Okay, so then the powerful Caitlyn you are today would be helping me right now find something to be invisible.
So, like, right now, Lothario's obviously trying to climb up on the windowsill. You can see him on the outside of the window. He's just checking his footing. People are walking by, just like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
Does Lothario have one of those suction cup like circle cutting things?
He's pulling out his toolbox. It's right there in front of the store. And I'm just kind of testing which.
As
licking them
Next
and,
to the
like-
wide open door.
Yeah, exactly.
Lothario, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Roll me a stupidity check.
Natural 20.
I've seen this work in cartoon.
11 total? Okay.
Are we gonna do the like circle cut that your suction cup to, and then the whole thing falls out with you?
And then the
whole
like
building falls.
Yeah.
exactly the side of the building falls.
Yeah.
He
Still
stays
upright.
there.
And then I look down, blink twice, and then fall.
And it goes ding ding.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, guys.
Putty tat.
I
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Is it my influence? Do I do this? Is it because I'm here?
Now, the spirit of Tex Avery haunts this place. I wish that happened, Caleb, but instead, with that dexterity check, what happens is Lothario, as he's climbing the wall, trying to case the joint, perhaps for now, perhaps for later.
So joking. This is great.
The canary flies right onto Lothario's head, and with strength stronger than what you think a little canary would have, starts pecking at on the top of Lothario's head. With that dexterity check, he was not able to swat it away.
Hey, stop it.
And it just increases in power.
Get off.
It's exponential.
Boom. Can you just get woodpecker sounds that get louder? Slow it down half time and then just make it louder and louder each woodpecker.
In fact, it has gotten more powerful. It has done 1 damage to you as of now. It feels like somebody's punching the top of your head.
Just like a steady stream of blood just coming down my temple.
In fact,
Malison.
Lothario, you were good. So I'm gonna roll another damage. Its power is increasing. 2 damage. It has done 3 damage to you. It is essentially like being in a bare knuckle fight right now. Only on the top of your head.
This canary's gonna fucking kill you.
This is kind of what I want.
Do you want to talk?
He's been looking for a way out ever since the wrestling match.
Don't have it be the canary the way that takes you out.
The canary sees that you've stopped advancing and has slowed its peck down. It will continue.
Just cross-eyed looking right at it.
In the window, you see like a man fighting with a bird.
I just got some simple provisions. And Gonk looks outside. He sees Mal chuckling, deep baritone chuckle that he knows so well. He's
The walls are shaking.
He's just like, damn cold. Anyway, yeah, just simple provisions for our airship that is currently moored.
Absolutely. Let me just finish helping with this young lady
hands a
right
list
here.
off to what's her name again?
Caitlyn.
He hands
Gertrude, you should be like, I'm looking for a spell that keeps me from getting interrupted.
One of those, please. Add it to the tab.
I am so sorry, Cap.
It's okay, Gunk.
What are you looking to improve? Your archery ability? I could tell that you're somebody who has the look of a ranger.
I'd like to improve my archery, but I'd also like the ability to just sneak up on people when they least expect it.
Sneak up on people when you least expect it.
You know, if I'm invisible and I can just pa, 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 and then be like, bam, I'm here, and then catch them by surprise. You know what I mean?
The coughing will most likely still give you away.
Well, I see you haven't had
If you could keep your bones from rattling, that'd be good.
I forgot that no one knows I'm just giving you this death stare right now.
Caitlyn reaches her somewhat elderly hand out and grabs your cape and inspects it just from across the counter. It looks like you actually have a coat this is an Ad Sag song, isn't it? This is quite a powerful stealth item indeed. But if you'd like, I could probably find a ring or something to complement it. But if your goal is to improve your fighting ability, I fear that getting both items might be a tad on the pricey side.
How pricey?
Well, it would...
And do you have any discounts for heroes?
Oh, is one here?
I'm here by the door.
Take my business elsewhere.
Or AAA, whatever.
I am just joking. I am an incredible fan of the way you stuck it to that Lord Privilegington, you and your dudes. It's also good to see a woman in charge.
And I can also give you one of my powerful, forever absorbing maxi pads. If you don't have one of those, I can make a trade.
Oh, I have a subscription to Adventurers Mart as well.
Aren't you in menopause?
You always keep one around just in case.
Aren't you a dude under there?
I'm trying to get custody of my children back.
He's totally sane.
No!
It's like a racehorse. Hold on a second.
Gertrude bought a box of never-ending maxi pads for 5 gold, which is a lot in this world.
Is this also in Canada?
She wanted a special item. I do homebrews.
So I got a never-ending box of always
Extra absorbent maxi
that
pads.
never max out and provide health.
Is it like the purple bag with the moon on it and the stars and the...
Pretty much, yeah.
I did force her
But it
to...
symbolizes eternity.
I did force her to make it functional. If you were to apply one of these pads to a wound, its magical nature would restore 1d4 health.
It sounds like Rodal would make something like that, but word. I mean, it's like one of those never-ending gobstopper. But it's not a gobstopper. It's a something else.
Like
Yeah, you don't put it in your mouth.
Like if Willy Wonka's brother made a feminine hygiene product plant. Come with me.
Oh, good.
So we were talking about rings.
Yes.
Now, normally I don't let someone just put a ring on it when they're meeting me.
I want
for the
Lothario to
first
start
time.
singing, "Oh, we're single ladies. Oh, we're single ladies." Oh,
I'm going crazy out back. Just
But it's like you're shouting because the bird's pecking you. You're like, oh, oh, oh.
single ladies, help! All the single ladies, help me! You single ladies.
It's like
Off
there
in
happens
the
to be like a
distance.
parade matching by.
I'll tell you what. Does this ring here, this ring of archery, interest you?
What does it do?
I could tell that you seem like somebody who is an accomplished archer, but it could make a novice into an expert and an expert into a master.
So what's higher than a master? Because that'll be me, right?
Well, you'd have to put the ring on and show me, wouldn't you?
Okay, put it on.
All right, she puts
Gertrude
it.
extends her pudgy jelly fingers.
You feel much more akin to your bow. You've always felt you were very good with your bow, but as years have progressed, you've looked back a few years and said, I didn't know nearly as much as I thought I did. Within the second of putting on this ring, you've realized 100 things. You feel as if your form has gotten better.
Do I go a little Gollum with it of just like, my precious?
I turned you invisible, and yes, there are wraiths after you now. It's a whole new adventure. We got to throw that thing in a volcano. God damn it, Gertrude.
You're welcome.
I'm going to throw my character away.
We're all starting over.
Can I play Samwise?
I want to be Orlando
Sam
Bloom.
Elliott wise.
Sam Elliott.
You put this on, and you feel like a much better archer. On your stats, you could add +2. If you were to purchase this ring, you would add +2 to your hit rating with bow.
Okay, Candace. How much?
That's not her name.
I know. I like that. I don't respect my sales associates when they continuously get distracted.
I'm the only person running the shop, and there were people asking questions. I do apologize. I will ignore
There
customers
is
in the
somebody
future.
trying to rob y'all.
He says, pointing
These
outside.
are excuses. Uh-huh.
She looks and sees Lothario with blood running down his head. Not today, thief.
Now, Clarissa, how much would a ring like this set me back?
It probably doesn't actually make you a better archer. It just makes you feel that you're a better archer.
You know what's also going to make me feel like a better archer? When I strangle you, Kevin.
Oh,
I don't
no.
understand how that will help.
Shut up.
Fourth. 300.
Whoa, wait a minute now.
Still batting at the bell on the door, by the way.
Yes, I believe it is Caitlyn. I believe we've gotten our wires crossed. Caitlyn, but I'd be willing to part with that ring for 400 gold.
And what about when you put in that hero's discount?
What's my name?
Please say
Caitlyn.
Bruce.
Say Bruce. Say Bruce.
Caitlyn Bruce?
K-Brew.
I believe I misspoke. It might be 450 gold. I've just remembered this is a much more rare item than...
Yeah, listen, Caitlyn, you told me 400 earlier, so let's cut the chit-chat and let's make a deal.
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation my ass.
You did get a lot of gold from Lord Privilegington's
Kevin,
palace.
shut up!
All right, tell
Do
you
you
what.
have a spray bottle around here?
Please check our spray bottle aisle right next to the Tomb of Cats.
Conveniently placed.
And the maxi pads. Oddly, it's all in the same aisle.
We call it the Kathy comic aisle.
Is there chocolate?
Yeah, Gallo comes out.
Kevin. Let's talk broad to broad. So you're willing to depart for this for 350, and then if I throw in something for this invisibility, what can you hook me up with?
I'll tell you what. I have this ring of invisibility here as well. I feel that...
I have one of those. I hold my breath and turn invisible.
Where did that cat go? And she looks and sees that she still has the Tome of Cats. Oh, thank goodness. She puts it in her dress, fearing that, like, this invisible cat might come get it.
I'm still batting the bell. I'm just invisible doing it.
Okay. Stop that! Stop that! I believe your Ad Sad song does give you much of what you desire for stealth, but if you're looking for something like that, I suppose I could part with the Ring of Archery and a Ring of Stealth. Now, it is not like that cat friend of yours who's batting that bell, if you could please stop!
How can she tell it's me?
If
Oh,
there's
you
not...
spoke, so now you're
Turn
not
around
invisible.
and Malison's hitting the bell.
With her head just blowing on it.
She snaps her fingers in the bell. The bell gets in her hand. I don't have an installation spell. I have to do that manually. I can bring things to me, but I have to put them back myself.
Kevin's invisible. He's going to walk over and start batting it out of her hand.
Kevin finds a squeaky door. Just
Jesus Christ.
Since everybody's at the store, but basically us, can I send Hudson Hawk to the store to go attack the canary?
Hit the bell.
To go attack, yes.
To attack the canary.
Yes, you absolutely.
I mean, I don't know how I would know there's a canary, but I send the
You
hawk
probably just have a
there.
sense of it.
Chud at some point
Feels a
finishes.
disturbance in the force.
Do you have
Canary.
I was gonna say, do you have like a bad vibe
Yeah.
sensor? Just like,
Totally.
man, it feels like harsh vibes out there,
It's
man.
like when Obi-Wan is like, so many lives were snuffed out. I'm like,
As if Lothario suddenly cried out and was silenced.
I feel like somebody can't steal.
I'm just imagining like the faint police soundtrack in the background. Canary and a like, just like,
Perfect, yeah. And then
I feel
said,
the PCs are being
fly my
annoying.
winged companion and go help Lothario with his bird problem.
Chud's sitting there. He finishes early. Perhaps he feels that he's needed somewhere else. The door opens. Hudson Hawk flies away to go to wherever Chud senses that the hawk is needed. Meanwhile, back at the store,
The hawk signal.
really quick, can the hawk just grab the canary while I'm not paying attention? So I think I swatted it away when that time comes.
we'll roll for that. Because the hawk might slam into the side of your head. I don't know. Yes, I could see there's quite a line building up behind you, Miss Gertrude. So
Yeah, let's get to the cage here, Caitlyn. So, we're gonna take both of these for 500. Sound good?
Oh, you and I couldn't be in greater agreement. 550 gold for both rings, I think, is a splendid offer.
How about 500? And I take the annoying cat with me out of the store.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, and if anybody's going to help her, roll at advantage. But you have to earn it.
Do I have to roll it?
No, she'd roll it
I
twice.
rolled twice, and the better was the.
How are you assisting her?
Kevin's
Yeah,
going to assist
no.
just verbally.
Yeah, we
Gertrude, are you trying to persuade her?
Yeah, 'cause you're annoying, and I'm trying to make her life a little bit better.
Miss Caitlyn, look, it looks like discipline around these parts is a little lax, but trust me, we got these guys exactly where we want them. So as soon as you look, just tell me what you want me to buy and we leave.
I do love somebody groveling for a good deal. I'll tell you what. What was the roll with advantage?
13.
13 plus anything? I'll tell you.
Remember, you're dealing with heroes here.
Can I have my bird bring her the 50 fucking gold already?
You know what? You drive a hard bargain. Let's compromise with that roll. 225.
225?
I'm sorry, 525.
No, well, you said 225. We're going
That's
225.
getting edited out, so I just go ahead. I go ahead and just have a relevant conversation to this podcast then.
I don't like
Listen,
this
folks.
anymore.
I got 25 right here.
He pulls like a gigantic bag of copper coin and just like drops it. He's like, hold on a second. 1,
Okay, yeah, put it in a bag, Caitlyn. We're gonna go.
4. Hold on, I'm gonna lose count. 5.
Just go over to the side and count your coppers.
That's 1 gold.
Okay, that's one. Okay, now next pile.
1, 2.
All right. Now, is that enough? Just
So
those
now,
two
do
rings?
I have to pay for a plastic bag, or does that come in free?
Gonk looks a little alarmed.
Turtle plastic bag.
You guys gotta throw in some straws.
No, we don't have straws. She looks over at Gonk. I'm sorry not to
Gonk's
hear
eyes
that.
like kind of get a fraction narrower when he's staring at Gertrude.
You bitch.
He's like, why would you do that? That is so insensitive.
You're not even in the ocean.
At the moment.
Okay, so these are rings. I don't believe you
One
actually need
planet,
that.
goddamn.
Okay, then just shove them on my jelly hand.
And Gertrude puts out her jelly hands.
Whoa! What the heck is that?
Yeah, she looks over and when she's about to touch her jelly hand, you can tell she looks and sees what it is. I'll allow you to put these rings on.
Okay.
Kevin's just really into that book. He's going to try to get it and just open it again.
So he's going to reach under Miss Caitlyn's dress. And,
Sure.
Okay. Ooh, very forward of you.
Gonna get
young
me
man.
too'd.
Oh my God, it's a dude.
Nah.
And that's how we got banned.
18 plus 3, 21.
Holy shit. God damn it.
What a surprise.
Nice roll.
Thank you.
Kevin in his invisible form, he's probably been holding his breath for 2 minutes. I believe he could hold it for 3.
Probably
Kevin is able to reach under the bottom of her very large, very frilly Victorian dress. She must be very distracted with her negotiations with Gertrude because Kevin, despite wearing his heavy armor and despite his big furry hands, is an expert pickpocket.
I like how he's painting this picture so it's not to Kevin's credit. Kevin, despite how horrible he is at everything and how disadvantaged he is, he gets lucky.
Yeah.
You're painting a really bad picture of Kevin right now. He rolled an 18.
Kevin, like goddamn Danny Ocean,
Thank you.
reaches under this old lady's dress like a hero. Like
He's got thumbs.
is able to somewhat quickly and surprisingly, of all the stuff that's under this frilly dress, is able to...
All this stuff. Wait a second.
There's a pocket dimension under this dress.
Yeah, you feel a small Derringer pistol strapped to her leg. You feel an umbrella for wet days. And
it's like the inside of Felix's magic bag or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But eventually you feel a tome.
It's not a tome.
It's a coma. Feels like it has the same leather binding as the tome of cats you had earlier. Are you removing it? Are you flipping it open? Or?
No, I mean, he just wants to take it, and then once he has it, he's going to...
Kevin, like a man who's a master at the board game operation, is able to remove this thick leather-bound tome from this Victorian dress without anybody being the wiser. The book is able to be seen just for a second as he removes the book from the dress behind Lady Caitlyn. Nobody can see as he is able to slip the book into underneath his arm.
I'm not stealing it. I just want to take it and open it while we're here in the store.
Why don't you steal it?
Well, as Caleb pointed out, I'm a paladin. I'm not going to steal something.
Good job. There are consequences for breaking your oath. Now, you now have the book in your possession. It is visible, but I will say that the book is very close to Lady Caitlyn's back, and so unless she turns around and looks at her midsection, she's probably not going to be able to see it.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, it's still locked, so I'm going to try. I got to try to pick the lock or whatever.
Okay, give me...
Or is that not doable?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
5 + 3, 8.
Lady Caitlyn hears from behind her somebody messing with the lock. Ooh, that's a surprising... Ooh, I broke my tube of cats! Are you still invisible? Are you still holding your breath?
I'm going to drive by fruit her and run away.
Okay, the book drops to the ground. There was a collection of cherries and grapes that was on a rag. It looks like that's where she was having her meal before customers came in for the day.
Fruit off a rag? What the fuck?
There's a filthy
Where are we?
There aren't paper towels in this fucking world.
It's an everlasting maxi pad.
Thank you.
He's going to wring it out later for juice.
Clean surface.
There's no plates in this universe.
Yeah. Dave, I've seen how you live. You have no right to critique any fictional old lady.
No, I'm saying that's really fancy. She's eating your fruit off a rag? Was she a fucking baroness over here?
I've seen you eat fruit.
Hoity-toity.
So Lady Caitlyn turns around just in time to see her tome of cats, which last she saw it was tucked safely under her dress, falls to the ground. Immediately as she turns and she looks up to and she gets no time to assess the situation before a handful of grapes and berries hits her in the face. She can hear the sound of a footstep scampering quickly out of her store.
And what line does she say when she gets hit with that fruit?
It's been a run by fruiting.
Thank you.
Oh, great.
That was...
Oh, gods!
Okay, so Mallison wants to look around. I rolled a perception. 14 + 3, 17.
17, okay. What are you looking for?
You tell me.
Okay, you have a shield.
You told him about the perspectacles.
You have good armor.
Is there like a ring of loquacity or something that makes her talk more? Did I use that word right?
How about something that makes her talk
Like a
less?
tape recorder where she can just record pre-recorded statements.
Or that mental communication that Sam.
Yeah, some sort of way to communicate more.
What you find, it says in clearance, and it looks like
Clearance? I don't shop clearance.
Well, then next to those, there's a much newer model of the same item I was going to talk about. They're just trying to get rid of that old crap. You don't want the old crap. You want the new stuff.
Is she in Ross? Magic for Left.
You see, this is the communication aisle. You see
Marshalls.
two things that might meet your needs. One, you see a couple sets of stones of far speech. You know that stones of far speech, it's not obsidian, but it is a black, shiny, polished rock. But in this rock, you see 3 holes slit. They're cut about maybe an inch deep into the rock. They go about halfway through radius, carving into it. Looks somewhat reminiscent of an old-timey microphone from our time, but this is a rock. You know this to be a stone of far speech. Works very similar to a walkie-talkie. Once you've magically linked to stones of far speech, you can contact the owner of that stone of far speech. So the more of these you buy, the less expensive they are. So if you had to outfit your crew for them, there's a bulk deal. Also, there is something called a circlet of communication. There are 2 of them, and they are much more expensive. It would cost the same to outfit your all of Gertrude's dudes if you wanted to give them all a stone of far speech, or you could get 2 of these circlets of communication. These circlets of communication are very thin, very free. You could wear them under a helmet. It almost looks like it's a very piece of soft, bendable metal. You're not able to really, but when you put them on, both wearers can communicate with each other telepathically.
Nice.
Okay.
So those are if you're looking for something to communicate, Those are your two options in this store.
All right, how much to outfit with the first guys, and then how much for the two other ones? What's the price difference?
Oh, for all these stones of far speech? Oh, yes, I see you over there. Yes, large lady. Let me just say, I find your armor and weapons to be quite empowering for us ladies.
I'm quite small for a Goliath.
Oh, I can see, but everything is relative. You're quite large, just simply like myself, aren't you?
She shops in the petite.
We do have a petite Goliath section in the back. It's only for a size 6 Goliath and up. We only Goliaths with unattainable beauty standards can wear them.
That's me.
Oh, well then, I have quite the Victorian dress set to show you. But those stones of far speech, they are normally 100 gold apiece, but if you were to buy 6 or more, I could probably give them to you for 50 gold apiece.
I'll chip in for that.
And these...
I can only have one or the other, though, right?
You could have both.
How much are the...
Well, the circlet of communication, that is a bit stronger of magic and a bit more less common of an item. That would probably be 400 gold total for the set of 2.
I was thinking of getting us each the far stones, but then also doing the...
circlets for you and Gonk?
Yeah, the disco headbands for me and Gonk.
So Gonk said he would split the cost of the stones of far speech with you, so that would be 100.
Definitely.
So for 6 of them, 6 or more, it'd be 50 gold apiece. But for 6 of them, which I believe your party is 7.
And I'll split the circlets as well.
Okay, so then we 750, and so we're each doing whatever half of 750 is. 3.
All right.
That's what that is.
3 man.
All right. That will be 375 gold for both items. Actually, Miss Madison, you have the look of a captain to you.
Yes.
What the fuck did you just call me?
Perhaps for exclusive rights for trading for your ship, I'd be willing, and perhaps a small advertisement on the side. I'd be more than willing to give you a discount on this order and future orders.
You want an advertisement on the side of my ship, and what else?
An advertisement on the side of your ship and exclusive rights for selling you supplies.
She's offering to sell us things for exposure, Captain. That's fantastic.
I'm trying to find a more dedicated, reliable clientele.
As long as if you don't carry the item, I'm able to purchase it elsewhere.
Absolutely. I would like preference,
right
but
of
not
first refusal?
Exclusivity. I'd like the right of first refusal.
For 50 gold off, I'll give you right of first refusal, and for another 50 gold off, I'll give you the advertisement on the side of the ship.
Splendid. Let me see one of those stones of far speech. And she puts them close together. It says a couple of magic words.
Of N-words.
Says a couple of N-words, which is a highly magically charged word in this way. It's a horrible word.
Nincompoop, nitwit.
I'm giving you 325.
Nectarine.
Thank you, Caleb, for saving that.
Noodle.
Yeah.
Noodle.
Dave's trying to Michael Richards this goddamn podcast.
So I'm giving you 325. He's giving you 325.
Excellent.
We're walking out with all these things.
Right. She programs your stone of far speech. All you have to do is simply say my name into the stone of far speech, and it will dial me. That is Miss Caitlyn or Lady Caitlyn, if you prefer. As I used to go by that in my younger years.
Or Lady Caitlyn, if you're nasty.
Lady Caitlyn, if you're nasty. If you nasty. Hey.
All right, that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So when we come back heavy with plunder, we can toss it off Lady Caitlyn's way.
Not only that, if now you have a way, if somebody gets lost, you had no way of communicating.
I just have this awesome thing in my head where, because we have these headbands, I just won't shut up to him. No one else can hear.
Gonk looks at it's like during this entire exchange, he's been sort of like his swagger has sort of returned a little bit because Mal has sort of like returned to the authority, been sort of taken its place again. She's doing dealings, and as soon as her eyes lit up when she saw those circlets, he was like, "Oh shit!" and now that they're on the board, he's just like, "I wonder how fast I could lose mine."
75 gold. We all got our things. I gift them to everyone, and it's with us.
Okay. Now,
how big are these things? They're about the size of like what, a deck of cards?
Roughly about the size of your palm, or an average human palm.
Average
Some
white
palms are
human
bigger than others.
palm.
Look at Damian's hand.
To Malison, this thing is very small in her hand.
So it's like the little phone that Will Ferrell has at the Gap.
It might be better for Malison to just use it as like a wire, like on her lapel or something, and speak into it.
She literally rips out a tooth, puts it in there.
Meanwhile, outside,
Grayson walks by and sees Lothario.
Dripping with blood. It's like the birds out here.
Why am I dripping with glue?
Grayson walks by in time to see Jesse. Give me an animal handling check at advantage because it is your celestial animal.
God bless America.
We need it.
Jesse, because this is your familiar, when you roll an animal handling check, it is how well you're able to control your hawk. You are not as natural in the sky as Hudson, so when you take over as pilot, until you practice more, you're not going to be as...
He's about to fuck up.
This really sounds like a euphemism.
I rolled a 3 and a 5.
Grayson looks up and is able to see this celestial hawk. You recognize it as Hudson. But this is not the Hudson you normally see, this graceful bird of prey who's been gliding around your airship. This bird looks drunk. It's crashing into signs. It looks like...
It's like when you see a bird inside a grocery store.
It looks like John Candy's albatross character from The Rescuers Down Under. Like essentially on its takeoff and landing. Somehow it is staying in the air. It's headed straight for Lothario and this canary. Now, what's your intention?
Well, I was going to just check it out because I don't know what's going on there. So now I'm looking through the hawk's eyes to see what's happening.
You see a canary beating the shit out of Lothario. It is pecking his head. In fact, this is way more than you. Something is wrong about this. You suspect magic's involved because there's no way this canary, this small yellow bird, should be able to be doing what he's doing. Lothario, to his credit, has not fallen and is just swatting at the bird, but is remaining up on the side of the building. That is heart.
The cups are pretty good.
I pictured he's like stuck. Like I can't get down.
Like a cat with their claw stuck in something.
Yeah.
Like, useless.
Okay, so what I'm going to do
there,
is
kitty.
I'm going to attempt to dive bomb with with Hudson directly into the canary to try to knock the canary away from him.
Give me one more animal handling check at advantage. Hudson, seemingly drunkenly, is able to perch on top of a building where it's able to pause, get its bearings, and assess the situation of what's happening with Lothario. What'd you get?
Before anything happens, Grayson hasn't seen the hawk yet. Grayson sees Lothario with the canary and is like, Lothario, are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to? What are you doing, my friend?
I rolled a 16 plus 7. That's 23.
23? Okay.
I really wanted to biff that roll, so...
Hudson, mimicking the motions of his master, only maybe a kilometer away as the celestial hawk flies.
Does that mean Chud is like in a room, like pantomiming?
Yeah. I'm doing flappy arms.
VR.
He doesn't have to,
He
but he
just scored a
doesn't know
touchdown and
that.
filled up.
Chud is flapping his arms in reality in the room, sitting next to the mechanic. The mechanic looks over at Chud, shakes her head. Highly inefficient. She mutters to herself.
I have the unseen servant just flicker off.
The hawk and Chud both take a deep breath, compose themselves, knowing, this is it, let's do it. Time to kill us a canary.
I don't want to kill it, I just want to chase it away. It's not my canary to kill. I want to chase it.
Chase it?
Tom and Jerry style.
The hawk releases itself from one of the merchant buildings that is close by that it was perched up upon. The dive bobs down, gaining speed at the last second, pulls up to about the level of where the canary and Lothario are, roughly 12 feet off the ground, and is making a beeline towards this canary. The canary, almost as if by magical means, is alerted to the danger and immediately takes off. You hear the Benny Hill theme in the background. Perfect. It is very entertaining to the onlooker. Normally a canary would have been pock food by now, but this canary has a natural speed and agility matching that of the celestial hawks. Eventually the canary flies in through a small window back
under the dress
back into Miss Caitlyn's shop of magical curiosities, and you hear from inside, Chauncey, you're back, way to chase that bad man off.
At that point, Grayson says, I guess, are you okay though? What are you doing, my friend? What's going on?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Why don't you come down? Why don't you come down and let's talk? Let's go have a talk, my friend. You seem to be troubled lately.
Is the mean birdie gone?
Yes, I think Chud had Hudson chase it off for you. I don't know where he is. I hope Tifi's okay.
Now I have Hudson chase Grayson away.
Natural 20.
Do you want to come down? Go for a walk, have a little talk.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Okay, let's look at your head wounds, man.
Show me on this doll where the bird touched you.
Offer me some ice cream.
Gonk emerges from the store with like orange slices or something like that.
Capri Sun.
This is down here, fella. Whoa, slow down.
Then the bird came and then he wouldn't stop poking me.
And we zoom out on that scene with Lothario crying into the arms of Grayson and eating snacks provided by Gonk as he's working out the trauma of the self-inflicted wounds he incurred not more than a minute ago. as this admittedly hilarious chaos is happening, we go back to the mechanic's laboratory where a couple of hours have passed. Chud,
Yes?
you are channeling Hudson when all of a sudden you hear the mechanic say, Mr. Bingsley, I need your assistance.
Alrighty, what you need there?
Please, my father is Mr. Bingsley. Call me Chud.
Chud's the handle.
I believe your friend is waking up. Please hand me the tools. And she points to some tools that are very much out of her reach. I don't use these often, but they may come in handy. Would you mind grabbing me that box up off that top shelf?
Yes, I reach up and grab the absolute wrong thing and give it to her.
She just sighs.
Did you want this? I don't know. It's a light bulb. I unscrewed it. I'm not sure.
It was
What
my
were you pointing
fault.
at?
I apologize. And she snaps fingers, and two of her Warforged servants hop on each other's shoulders, and they walk over and they get the box.
Okay, I trip them with my unseen servant.
As the tools crash to the ground. It is at that point in this madness, as the mechanic is freaking out over her sensitive tools hitting the ground, saying,
So strange. Different scene, but the same shit's happening. It's not crazy.
The mechanic is looking around. I will strangle your unseen servant. It is at that point that Tifi starts to come back online. Tifi starts to regain, I guess, what you would call his awakened Warforged
I
consciousness.
start shaking him. Tifi, is that you? Can you hear me? Tifi! Stutter if you can hear.
So I start to Tifi starts to come back.
Yes,
online.
Tifi, you start to come back. The last thing Tifi remembers was an intense pain.
Pressing Control Alt Delete.
was an intense pain while in the tinkering lab of the USS Gertrude's dudes.
Oof, we've all been
Command
there.
F8.
How long has Tifi been slowly coming to, or does he just like snap awake?
What you might refer to as your Warforged vital signs have been stable, and you have had a few systems come online. But
You're running Windows 10, so it's going to be a little bit.
He just wakes up. Canary!
Just as Chud's coming up, he's starting to. She is starting to notice
Tifi!
the surroundings that aren't normal.
Tifi, you got morning breath.
Can't quite hear yet. Just starting to see things, isn't hearing stuff yet, and is starting to panic. And Tifi doesn't quite know what's going on, so she defaults to a little bit of a scare tactic because he doesn't know what's happening. So
Tifi poops itself. Good call.
Tifi
It's real big and goes-
just as soon as Tifi can start making noise again, goes into warning.
Oh, no.
Systems have been tampered with.
Oh, no.
Warning.
Viper
Warning.
inactivated. Step away from the vehicle.
You have 10 seconds to comply.
10, 9.
The mechanic furiously scrambles,
8,
grabs the tools that the thing drops. She runs over to Tifi's head, quickly disassembles a panel on the side of Tifi's
No,
head.
Tifi knocks the shit out of her hand. She does not touch Tifi.
What has happened?
Do not touch Ed 209.
We can use contested roll if you want to.
I'll tell
40
you,
seconds.
give me a dexterity check. We're going to see if you do that.
14.
14. I'm going to say that works. You successfully swat away the hands of the mechanic. The mechanic says, and if Tifi can hear, she would hear that. Tifi would hear this as well. Mr. Bingsley, I could use your help up here. Mr. Chad Bingsley.
As soon as she says Bingsley, Tifi starts looking around. As he's coming to, his panels are automatically like retracting and going into place, and everything's like going back into place.
I am not a gun.
Resealing completely, and just like kind of does a back roll to get away from everyone and sees Chud.
Tifi flips back. The mechanic is legitimately frightened. There's no idea what this soul-infused Warforged, an untested technology, a being that, despite helping it, just slapped her across the room. You see her reach for looks like an enchanted mace and hold it in her hand, very frightened and not knowing what's coming next.
I try to reassure her. I'm like, no, it's all okay. Don't worry. He mostly just complains.
Until Tifi sees Chud, he is starting to make some, spell gestures with his hands to cast something. But then
Gang signs.
Chud gains his senses and
Master Chud, where am I?
And that is as good of a place as any to end the episode this week. Thank you so very much for listening to the Awful Neutral podcast. Where can we find everybody? Dave, what's your Twitter handle?
At Sharkadile. Just like it sounds.
Dave is the head of our complaints department, so if there is a specific complaint about the rules,
Yeah, at me, bros.
blow up at Sharkadile.
And it doesn't even have to be complaints about this podcast. Just general complaints.
Like traffic complaints.
Like
whatever.
you had a bad burrito, your shoes are uncomfortable.
Yes, thank you.
Somebody cut you off in traffic.
Mom smoked all your pot. I got you. Anything. You complain to Dave about that.
Best complaint I will read on the next podcast we record.
You heard that here. Dave Callens will read and probably insult the issuer of any complaint. Jesse Egan, where can they find you?
At Jesse Egan Comedy.
I might agree with him.
AG, where can they find the personality behind Malice and Kill?
Well, you can listen to our podcast, Mueller, She Wrote. Find it on any podcast platform that you listen to your podcasts upon. And then also, starting July 22nd, we have a new morning daily news pod, not Mueller-centric, it's just called The Daily Beans. You can find us on Twitter at Daily Beans Pod. And you just get it wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. AG and her team do incredible research work. If you want to be up to date on current shit, if you want to feel like there's some sort of hope in the future of our government, please listen to her podcast because despite all the craziness right now, she actually does a great job putting things in perspective and giving you a little bit of hope for the future, whether it's warranted or not.
It's technically a fantasy podcast, too, right?
Whether you have hope for the future or you just want to watch the world burn, tune in to Mueller, She Wrote.
It's actually fact-based, but thank you. Also for the Daily Beans, we're going to be setting up video cams live in the studio, so you can watch that. And if you're a patron, you get that ad-free, so you can get that. Sign up for that at MuellerSheWrote.com or Patreon.com/MuellerSheWrote.
Caleb Cleveland, where can they find you?
They can find me at Caleb is Drawing, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. That's basically it.
Yeah, Caleb is a big deal in the nerd world. Blow him up on Twitter and buy his goddamn book, The ABCs of D&D and the 1, 2, 3s of D&D.
Thank you very much.
It's fun reading
Buy his goddamn children's book.
Buy his goddamn cheap book
It's
for
fun
kids.
for kids of all ages. It's been really, really kind of rewarding seeing how role-playing is sort of affected lots of different people in lots of different ways.
Every page of his book that you flip, a fucking cat comes out, too. It's awesome.
We've gotten a lot of, if you want to go to the Amazon page and like complain about the number of cats that have been generated by the pages of our book, you'll find yourself in good company.
Or if you just want to give a cat a good home, also buy the book.
But please do.
Sarah Lee Steiner, where can they find you?
I am at Sara Lee Magic, and in 3 weeks, I will be graduating from grad school, and I'm never going to go back to school ever again.
She finds herself in clown college 6 months from now.
I failed out of clown college. Fun fact.
Right. Salvador Viesca, do you have anything you'd like to plug, or where can fans reach you on Twitter?
Salvador Viesca V at Twitter.
Clint Beischer, where can they find you? Where can they contact you?
They can find me at just Clint Beischer on anything. It's just my name. And hey, if you want to check out me building tree houses, you can always look up some old episodes of the Treehouse Guys on DIY Network. Just
if you ever want to see a rugged, sexy construction guy, Clint works with a lot of them. So they're on the cast. I've been your Dungeon Master, Damian Mercado. Please check out my comedy science podcast, Science Faction, available on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you can find your podcast. Thank you very much for listening to Awful Neutral. Later, nerds.
Thank you.
Bye.